Pretty
Quite
good.
well.
Friggin' fantastic. Love Mondays.
I do because I get to work from home on Mondays.
I also worked from
Nice.
home today.
But I was at the office, but that's okay.
Yeah, likewise. Who would like to recap our last session?
We are shit at escaping. That's what happened last session.
And yet we did escape because we found ourselves all woken up in a cozy little drow cell. And after an hour of discussion, we decided our plan was going to be we're going to punch this guy in the face until he's dead and run away. And that's
I have a
what we
feeling that's going
That
to
didn't work so well.
Plan.
Well, we did manage to get away with none of us actually dying.
Almost dying. Unconscious.
Plenty of almost dying, but no one was like dead.
Plenty of almost
But
done.
our big complex plan is we're going to hit that guy and run away. So,
Yeah, I really
worked
feel like
out
that's going to be
well.
a recurring plan. We have
And then the
barbarians.
priestess hit us and walked away.
But we didn't die, so it still counts.
I honestly wondered if he was going to make it a TPK in the first session to make us all roll new characters to try again.
Yeah.
No,
I did say it was going to be hard.
I wasn't going to do that to you. I was not going to do that. That would have been.
And I probably would
Too
have.
cruel.
Like, sorry, guys. You're just too dumb.
Honestly, I was
It
sitting
would've
there
been-
going, I would kill us all. I would kill us all right now.
Yeah.
No, it was.
Mhm.
The whole
Fair.
thing, the whole escape sequence is based around who's randomly in which place, and you guys got really shitty luck and rolled for both the priestess and her like bodyguard in the room with your stuff. I wasn't going to TPK you for that.
We kind of made up for it by missing people literally everywhere else.
Literally everywhere else, but still.
But we out.
Yeah. I also did not realize at all just how strong the NPCs are, but because with all of them, you might have been able to swarm her, but alas.
Oh,
All right. Are we ready to begin?
Yep.
yeah.
Believe so?
All right. So, when we last left off, you guys had just gone down the lift out of Velkenvelver and were ready to escape. You have 3 passages in front of you. One goes to the north, one goes to the south, and one goes to the west. Which one would you like to enter?
You are likely to be eaten by Gru.
It's not that dark yet. Besides, you all have dark vision.
Not that dark yet. However, there's got to be something more to these passages other than what direction they go. Is there any kind of slope to any of them?
Not apparent to you right now.
Okay. What about moisture, fungus, any distinction there?
Yeah, where do we find the most growth?
One sec. Most growth is definitely to the south of you.
Okay. Is there any luminescent vegetation?
A little bit.
My entire background is wandering around in the Underdark. Is there a skill I can roll to know which way leads me not towards things that might kill me? Where we're in the Underdark.
Weren't we both unconscious at the end of last session?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
I think you were unconscious,
I
but
was. I had assumed
you
that I
do
was
have
still-
7 different NPCs with you. Bear in mind, you could ask one of them for potential navigational aid.
Am I still unconscious?
If you are, that means basically everybody but the barbarians are unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
we will say that you guys have found your way into a sheltered little side cavern off of the main one, where the prison is, and that you're resting there, while the drow try and fight off the demons that are attacking them. So, the people who are unconscious are now conscious.
Yeah.
All the NPCs are there, and you have not long rested.
But we did level up.
You did level
That's
up.
true.
Did any of you use spell slots?
I died before I
Nope.
could try.
Yeah, same.
I didn't have any.
Right.
Take
you
that.
have gotten a short rest, but not a long one. Though leveling up would probably count as healing anyways. So, full health.
I forgot to increase my hit points.
That's kind of important.
Yeah.
I should increase my hit points to 17 from 0. So, we've long rested. We've recovered. My whole background is wandering around these places looking for the lethal path. Is there a skill that I can roll to help guide us in that manner?
Are you proficient in either of survival or insight?
Insight.
I am proficient in survival, though this is not my favorite.
Yes!
That won't come
Nice.
All right. If anybody would like to roll survival for more than a vague feeling, feel free. But you intuit very strongly that.
Oh, yes!
Oh shit!
We're wasting all this stuff,
Yeah,
guys.
okay.
We're gonna need those
I'm
later.
sure this is going to be important.
Yeah, you intuit very strongly that the southernmost passage is the one that would give you the safest route. The one with the luminescent growths.
Okay.
So I walk over and I just start I lean up against the wall that is to the south passage and just start to slowly play with the dirt there. I don't actively say anything to anyone, but it's apparent I want to go that way.
There is no resistance to that plan, so.
Wait, it'll be just what they expect us to do.
Well,
I don't
This
think
is-
there-
We're coming.
the most logical thing would be to follow the one who probably existed down here the longest. Because everyone else seems to be a surface dweller, aside from the drow. And the other
Yeah.
deep gnome.
The 2 deep gnomes.
The
3 deep
drow.
gnomes. 3 deep gnomes, actually. And a Darrow.
Oh, yeah.
there's quite a few under peoples.
Can we eat them? I don't trust them.
They're not tasty.
What? If you would like to fight the NPCs,
Somebody would agree with you on the drow and nothing else.
if you would like, if
We
you
don't.
would really
We
like
don't want to
fight
eat them now.
and try and eat them.
Emergency rations,
Stop.
emergency
But
rations.
We might have to turn this party into the Donner Party, but we're not there yet.
What is a Donner Party?
Okay, so
No, that's just a soulmate thing. I know what Donner Party is.
just dog ear that for later then.
At this point, watching Zerb sitting over playing in the dirt while demons fight in the sky, the dwarf NPC Eldith kind of looks over and says, "What is he doing exactly? He's just playing in the dirt."
Am I kind of a translator in this still, since I have probably the most intelligence to figure out? movements?
Go ahead.
Oh, I have to roll for that. Let's see.
I mean, are you actually trying to communicate anything right now, Zerb? Besides that you would like to go that way?
That's just the way I want to go. I'm leaning very closely to the path that I want to take. I'm also surrounded by danger, so I'm sticking like close-ish to people that may or may not protect me.
I'm saying if you're at least like the only one who is actively motioning for a certain direction to go, then Silme would kind of be apt to believe you since you are a deep gnome that might know your way around this place better than her.
Damokos is also convinced that this is our best bet because he is.
Logic!
Alright.
Well, it's the only one with any apparent moisture, which means it's the closest to a probable source of water. The other two being empty are either filled with something that eats everything or filled with no nutrients of any kind. This way, we can hike this way and forage if we need to. The other ones we just cannot.
And
So,
water may be scary, but it's also life-saving.
yeah. At the end of the day, we can't get by without water.
I imagine the
Okay.
scene playing out kind of like Serb goes over and just like plays in the dirt for a second, and then Damokos notices and does like his own investigation and loudly proclaims, "I found the way!" Or something like that. Kind of pulling like a Freddy from Scooby-Doo. Someone else kind of did the initial work, and then Freddy's just there.
Yeah, except he wouldn't have the wrong personality, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ned and Ias, do you have any objection to going to the south?
I mean, it is just what they'll expect, but
Ned?
Sorry, what? I was too busy watching the drow and the demons fight.
Alright, as your gaze is torn away from them, you see Zerb playing in the dirt over to the south of you, and you hear Damokos loudly proclaim, "I found the way! Follow me!"
Okay.
You are the chillest barbarian.
He said it with like confidence and passion, which makes me believe that he really knows which way we're going.
Yes.
You may
All
wish
right.
to keep your voice down a little bit.
You all head towards the south. At this point, I'm going to swap you to the big map.
Yeah, the moment we start heading down, I'm casting mage armor. Though yes, if we were having taking a rest, that would have been before we took the rest. But I had to wake up.
You did. You had to wake up.
So you're going to head into the south. You notice on the walls a lot of slightly luminescent fungi. A lot of non-luminescent fungi as well. No water as of yet, but you've only been walking for a couple of hours. The sounds of the demon fight behind you are slowly fading away. Eventually, you'll make it to a large-ish cavern where you can probably rest relatively safely for the night. You can rest there, you can keep pushing on if you'd like. What would you like to do?
Am I able to check out the fungi to see if it's edible?
Yes. Roll nature. Nature or survival. Of course. Yes, most of it is edible.
All right.
I can give you names if you'd like, but the important part is most of it is edible.
I mean, my main concern was I don't think we had rations. Like, I don't think we stole rations back with our stuff.
Well, we grabbed our packs, right?
You did.
Yeah.
So we had whatever was in our packs.
So what's that, like 5 days worth or something?
Depends on what kind of pack you have. Like, I got 10 days.
The
Not that I
regular
want to be eating supplementing that with mushrooms, but
Yeah, no, I have 10 days, but we're going to be down here way longer than that. So I want to supplement with mushrooms and other edibles so long as they're present.
I guess the real question is, does anyone need to sleep yet?
I thrive during pseudo night because it's always pseudo night.
Yeah, but eventually you're going to need to sleep, which is going to be true of all of us. But are we there yet?
No, we're fine.
Yeah.
We
I
basically escaped in the morning, didn't we?
Yeah, pretty much. Like first thing, it's probably like 7 a.m. by the time we got out there.
That you did?
Yeah,
Plus,
we
I had,
escaped
like,
in the
a-
morning, and then we got wrecked and had to rest, so...
Yeah. Well,
Plus,
it's been a few hours since then, so we might be approaching noonish. So it's food time.
Everyone but the barbarians had like an hour or two rest anyway.
Yeah.
Quick little cat nap.
So it's probably
Unconscious.
Yeah, but there's a difference between rest and sleep. So I would say we could probably stop for eats, but we're probably not going to like make camp or anything.
What about the NPCs? Do we have any food for them?
They would have had their own packs and stuff.
Okay.
Or stolen their own while you were getting eaten by locusts.
Right.
Fair enough. So they're looking to stick around with us. They're not branching off or anything.
For the time being, I mean, there's their points of view generally average out to it's dangerous to go alone, stick together.
And take this.
Yes. Take as much as you can from the drow. So
somebody does not deny that.
As long as you don't drive them away. Which, I mean, if you really want to eat them...
We have at least 10 days before that.
I mean, at no point is Serb going to suggest anything because she's not going to talk. And I'm not really sure how you go about, hey, how do you guys feel about cannibalism in a non-verbal way?
Hey, it is not cannibalism. I'm the only Minotaur here, so I can eat you guys without a problem.
It'd be cannibalism for me. Otherwise, though, this large crowd makes me very, very uncomfortable. So I'm going to try and stay away from it as much as possible while not endangering myself.
Going to take a quick short rest then.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, mark off. We don't have to mark off one ration because we supplement with mushroom. Good stuff.
Yes.
I'm also pressed to take the mushroom because that's probably terrible.
Yes, the Outlander background would apply. So yes, you may scrounge for food.
How many people can you scrounge for?
5. So if Zerb's also Outlander, then we should be able to cover 10 people by ourselves.
My background is Far Traveler, not Outlander.
Yeah, I'm also Far Traveler. Which doesn't really do much in the Underdark, honestly, when you think about it.
We got Smuggler. I know all the smugglers on the surface.
But you're in the Underdark.
If I was mini-maxing, I would have taken Underdark as my favorite terrain, too. But
I don't know what min-maxing is. That's not a thing I've ever heard of.
Munchkining.
I'm not serious.
I can't tell.
I couldn't either. Alright. So we are all short resting. Ned is scrounging for food. The rest of you, I guess, are sleeping or eating, essentially.
much.
Studying my book.
Somebody's keeping watch. If no one else is, I will.
Eldith will be keeping watch for the time being.
Serb would also be keeping watch while nibbling on shroom.
Your friend Bupito is going to come over and sit next to you and nibble on a different shroom.
I move away with no social tact whatsoever.
He looks at you and kind of makes a little sad face, and then just continues sitting there on his own.
She
Silme, Darendil come and sit with you while you read. Probably annoy you with questions about where you're from. I say, where are you from, good lady, exactly?
I come from the Year Road.
Oh, that's a long way from here, isn't it?
Indeed, it's been a long trip.
Why would someone so young as you come down here?
Like I said before, I was in search of an heirloom that was stolen from me and mine.
Oh, yes, of course, I'm sorry. When your condition is as mine, your memory is the first thing to go, followed by the memory.
How did that come to be, perchance?
Oh, there was this bloody wizard. Cursed me and turned me into this awfulness. Alas, for I was taken by some drow soon afterwards who assumed I was one of theirs. I've remained down here ever since. It's been a long time since I've seen sun.
Hopefully you can return.
Hopefully. He's just gonna sit there in quiet contemplation for the next little while. The rest of the NPCs are just kind of gonna sit there and be lonely.
They have each other.
Does anyone have a light source going?
Please no.
That is probably a bad idea in Dark Place.
Does anybody not have dark vision? Is probably a better question.
Well, I mean, even with dark vision, you're still only in dim light. So...
Right.
At the same time, I'm not going to
It
call
would
out
be
my position
awkward
to every
to
living
say.
creature within eyesight.
I do not have dark or light vision.
You don't.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh.
Normie view.
This man needs a light.
I mean, we got glowing mushrooms, so it's probably not too bad at the moment. But if we
Yeah,
get in a fight,
I have-
then,
I have-
Need
it's
to
light.
light for the time being.
Yeah. If you end up needing it, I have a light spell that I can.
Well, I know we have sources of light. I just want to know if anyone has one active while we're resting. Because I'd probably yell at you to turn that out. That way. But yeah, if there's luminescent fungi, whatever, then dark vision is bright light, and
Yeah, they'd be giving you dim light. So,
yeah, dark vision in the pitch black is still a penalty, though. So
yes, it is disadvantage on just about everything, I think.
everything relying on sight.
Yeah. Alright. Y'all finish your short rest. Is there anywhere in particular you'd like to go?
Are we looking just like down one straight path right now, or is a lot of branches?
You'd have 5 branches, say, going out of here. North, south, east, west, northwest.
Start investigating those as we toward the end of the rest period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Survival or insight?
Is survival for me?
I'm gonna take the left side of the tunnel if he takes the right, and vice versa. If he takes the right, I take the left.
Alright. I mean,
We're
you
not
can
as-
always have double crits. Zerb, you get a vaguely fuzzy feeling about 4 different tunnels. Damikos, you get the feeling that southward is probably better in this case, though you're not sure why. Ned, you would probably also agree with southward, though neither of you is certain as to why.
Well, for no other reason than it takes us further away from the drow in the most direct route possible.
Fair enough.
At least
From
those.
my fuzzy
That's my
feelings,
rationalization.
is it like warm and fuzzy, like good feelings, or is it like butterflies kind of fuzzy?
I didn't know butterflies could be fuzzy feelings, but
Or existed in the Underdark.
I think it's usually like
would be more
moths.
appropriate, both for Underdark and for fuzziness.
Okay. So is it warm? Is it warm, happy tidings, or is it moss?
Warm-ish tidings. Yeah.
Okay. I feel that way about 4 tunnels, so I want to go to the 5th.
I'm
So you want
pointing
to go
south.
to the northwestern passage?
Without seeing their south indications, but once they start to go south, I'll probably not argue whatsoever and just kind of tail at the back and join them.
Somebody would at least ask the members of the group that live in the Underdark, where in the general directions of various places.
Well, do they know where we are? If any of them know where we are to start with, that would be very helpful.
I think if they live down here, they might, unless they were blindfolded and taken a long way.
Okay. Well, before we get going again, I'll ask anybody, PCs, because I don't know the difference. If anyone has any ideas to where we are exactly, they recognize the environment or anything like that.
Most of them kind of shrug. You're heading into territory that they're not really familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
The drow looks around like he recognizes where you are, but he doesn't say anything explicitly.
All right. So I noticed that he's not saying something. That's what you're telling me.
Yes.
Okay. I will call him out on it and just straight up ask. So, what do you notice?
Do you even know where you're going?
Away from where we were.
Do you know
Yeah.
Do you know what we're into now?
Not precisely.
This is our Mykos. It's a giant fungus network. It's just south of Velkenvelve. It's mostly empty, except for some of the myconids.
Okay. Do we?
Are you trying to go anywhere? Or are we just going to wander this place until we die?
I point up. We're trying to go that way. Or at least I am. If you want to go in a different direction, that's on you.
Silme would regrettably kind of mention that she is looking for other drow encampments of sorts, because who she was looking for didn't seem to be there.
Well,
Look glance at that.
you're both going a little bit of the wrong way for that.
Do you have a better idea?
North. You want drow, girl? That's where you find drow. Find you
How
all.
about passages to the surface?
As much as
Sorry?
I didn't wish to.
How about passages to the surface?
I don't know. I haven't been on a surface raid in decades. We could go west, though. That's roughly where it is. Can always talk to the Dwargar, or further westward towards the Myconid sovereigns.
Who's the what's it now?
Would I? Okay. Would my character know what a myconid is?
Probably. You're a ranger.
Yeah. Well, I'd be more inclined to ask for help from the myconids than from the Duergar.
Of course. You want to head to the Myconids? Well, for my own reasons, I'd like to head that way.
He would or would not?
Would.
Would. Okay.
What say you we keep a truce until we find our way there?
I shrug at that. You haven't attacked me yet. I haven't attacked you. West, you say?
Brilliant. Excellent. I like this idea. All right.
Does
He
anyone
kinda
else want to go a different direction?
smiles.
If there's any chance to go northwest, I can at least follow you until then.
With all due respect, I have no interest in having any further contact with Drow.
As do I, but unfortunately, my fate is in another direction.
Well, that's your fate, not mine.
But getting to civilization, at least first, seems to be a priority.
Well, if you must have civilization, Gracklstug is along the way. We can stop in there.
Gracklstug?
Deep, the Dwargar.
Oh. Kind of shrug at that.
So, for reference, Velkenvelve is, one second, here.
Below the Dark Lake.
Okay, I see it now.
Gracklstug is,
The other side of the Dark Lake.
yeah, right there on the Dark Lake.
So we're somewhere...
That's Everlight Grove, where Sareth is proposing you go.
While he was talking through all that, Silme would have tried to kind of... She has a couple papers that are vague maps that she brought for herself since she came here willingly. Was trying to kind of note on them.
Trying to think, we're right around here-ish?
Yeah. With a
Maybe
hidden...
Yeah, you'd be right next to where it says the Long Chasm. So right on the outer edges of Aramikos.
Okay, so we're around there. Alright. So we'll be heading away from that. He's suggesting we go this way-ish.
Yeah. The map is not to scale, obviously.
I say, we're
Do I
moving
have
slow.
Do I have any inclination about which part of the Underdark is more dangerous for me? Like the part that we're leaving now, the Dark Lake, the Labyrinth, etc.
Aramikos is probably the safest region of the Underdark. Mostly because not much lives there that's really threatening. Besides that, far west past Neverlight Grove would actually be safe. But even further west past that, towards Gauntlgrim, is probably where you're safest.
Okay, so that's where I want to go.
Okay.
That's a long journey. Holy hell.
Yes.
80 feet? It's going to
It's
take
a full 80 feet.
2 whole rounds to get there. I'm going to die.
Does anybody else have any inclinations as to where to go?
In character,
Mostly kind of split. I
out
could
of
be talking
character.
further, but he's got a. This guy seems to know where we are, so. And lacking a better plan, I say we go west.
Fair enough. Alright. So, everybody's in agreement to head west?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
Sure.
Sarah kind of smiled a little bit and points to the western passage and says, alright. Shall we then, my new allies?
Yeah, let's head out.
Alright.
Silme will give him a look, but otherwise, she has to deal with this right now.
Indeed. Alrighty. So, you've still got about 4 hours or so left in the day. Do you want to keep marching for all of that away?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, cautiously, but yeah.
I'd like to separate as much from the person who relies on light as much as possible. Like, I want to stay close enough where I'm like one movement away. So like within 30 feet of the group in general, but I'd like to be farther away from the light source that's drawing the attention of every fucking thing down here.
Alright, so you want to be far away from the giant minotaur then?
Also, he's scary.
Fair enough.
I'll be scouting ahead a little bit myself.
Alrighty.
Silme will be keeping a
As-
map of
as
their
we get
movements.
Closer to time to sleep, we'll start looking for a campsite. And generally keep an eye out for like places we could fall back to if we need to. But
Alright.
so
you...
it's a good campsite. We'll stop at 2.
Alright. You continue onwards. Damakos, while you're scouting ahead, you come across an awful lot of dead bodies. Some of them demon. You recognize a rock from your brush with them earlier, but most of them drow. They look to be part of a scouting group that was out from Velkenvelme. One of them, badly wounded, but still alive, hears you approach. He looks up at you.
Bow out.
Well, looks like there's some runaways from the mistress. Why do you even bother?
I'll shoot him.
I can't deny I would do it too.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say I run up and stab him so he can't yell. So like, you are saying this for all of us.
I just can't stand monologuing villains.
Well, Why do they have to be so damn full of themselves even while they're dying? That's the problem. Like, it makes nobody want to keep them alive. Nobody wants to keep them alive. Especially not if they're going to, like, possibly
I'm not playing
shout us out.
Here.
You shoot him in the chest, and he dies. And subsequently stops monologuing.
Nice.
Yay!
Finally,
Oh,
good
wait,
The
job.
important thing is...
Success.
The only thing worse than a drow is a monologuing drow.
So,
Fortunately,
a win
down
all
and
around.
Which is no. The worstest thing is a thief monologuing drow
Anyway, we don't have any...
with scars across his face. I'm looking for my 6-fingered man, basically.
What does he have on him?
Yeah,
He has typical drowy things. Leather armor, hand crossbow, short sword, 2 gold pieces. They'll have hand crossbow bolts. They won't have full arrows.
Actually, I'm going to grab some hand crossbow bolts because I have a crap supply of those.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's checking the bodies for anything that looks like something that she might actually be looking for, or if the drow have certain markings on their face, if they have any markings left after whatever happened to them.
The drow will have house emblems around their necks. But besides that, no distinguishing markings. Nothing besides that.
Do they have any sort of map or navigational equipment?
No. No, they do not.
Potions on them?
Oh, 1 potion of healing.
Who wants to hold that?
I've never seen it before, so I mean, I'm probably not going to play with a potion.
I would. But first I would detect magic on it just to make sure it was a kind, or try to attune to it to see. Make sure it's not poison, basically. Investigate.
You detect that it is healing magic on it.
Good.
Alright, you are in a cave with a lot of dead bodies that you have looted. Would you like to do anything else?
I imagine there's enough crossbow bolts to go around for everybody, right?
Between the 4 or so drow that are dead here, yes.
Okay.
And the ones that you probably looted from the armory as well, yes.
I didn't manage to grab a bunch at the armory, but now I'm full up.
We're doing this just prestidigitating the smell away. And possibly while people are looting, Silme might get a little too close for comfort just studying while she's like studying the bodies.
Why are you standing over me like that?
I'm
What are
looking
you
for a specific
doing, Elf?
house. Is this not how people act in the surface?
They don't stand that close to each other, no.
Interesting. She'll take a couple steps over. As if that is completely foreign to her.
What?
What's wrong with her?
What's wrong with you?
Let's just generally...
I'm investigating. What's wrong with you?
If you say so. Eldith will go back to rummaging through their pockets. Like a proper murder hobo.
Alright, so
Alright.
they obviously died fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Clearly.
one left. There's no one left to blab on us. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
All right. You keep heading west. There's nothing particularly remarkable at this point. You would like to find a campsite, right?
Yeah.
All right. You find one without too much difficulty for tonight. You bet you. How are you going to set up camp?
Careful.
Yeah. Find somewhere where we can watch, ideally like a dead-end cave that we can watch the end of without needing to keep an eye on multiple directions. Then... Ugh. Trying to figure out what to do for warmth, if anything.
Well, depending on how deep we are, wouldn't it be warm?
Good point. Is it cold?
No.
Okay. So then, again, ideally no light source. Get away with
You
that.
have some freaky glowy mushrooms, but besides that, no.
It's enough that we're not walking into each other. But if we build a fire to cook food with, then that will stand out. Plus, it'll probably smoke up the cave. So, find something like that. Roll up in our blankets. Take shifts. Sleep. Keep a watch.
Yeah, somebody will do a trance, basically, so she can stay alert.
All right. Ned wanders off into the darkness to scrounge. Yeah. The night for tonight passes without incident, fortunately. Anything you'd like to do in the morning before getting underway? Or just go?
The faster we get to my safe spot, the better. So let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So you're gonna continue heading west directly towards Neverlight Grove or Grackle Stew.
Whichever one we run into first.
Probably Grackle Stew. There's a big ass lake in the way. The other ones. About 2 hours into your hike, you come into a tunnel that opens into an enormous chasm. Chasm's deep enough that you can't see the bottom. One sec, my push to talk key is typing. Deep enough that you can't see the bottom. It's far enough across that you can't see the other end. And it is strung entirely with spider webs. As far as you can see.
Of course it is.
That's not confident.
Spiders. Why does it always have to be spiders?
Do you approach it?
Is there a way to go around the spider webs, like along the edges?
Can we burn through the spider webs?
That's my vote. Let's burn it.
Don't burn it. Don't burn it. That's so much light.
My worry about burning it is doing that in a way that doesn't cause all the spiders to come and say, hey, let's go kill those guys that just burned our web.
Is there any place to stay within 120 feet?
Won't they be
That's
busy running from the
whether
burning?
or not to burn down the massive amount of spider webs. A voice comes out from towards the entrance. Hello there! Would you like to travel the silken paths with us? And a goblin
Silken bath.
steps out. followed by another goblin. The first goblin is shorter. His eyes are starting to cloud over a bit, but he seems to be walking just fine. The other one has kind of a vapid look to his face. He's bigger, he looks a bit more muscular, but doesn't look very threatening somehow. I am Yik Yuk, and this is Spiderbait. He points to the goblin behind him. We are guides here on the Silken Paths. Would you like to travel them with us, strangers?
I'd love to insight him.
Would love to insight him. All right, go ahead.
That's some good
I'm
insight.
actually curious about that too. Just in case.
He
Nope.
appears.
Ah.
Syl, you're not sure. Zerb, he appears to be telling the truth. No untoward. He's not really. He appears to have no untoward intentions to you. Saying that he's telling the truth is kind of the wrong way to put it.
If he doesn't want to hurt me and he wants to help me, I guess I'm already traveling with a large pack. Why not keep it growing, I guess.
Okay.
I'll ask the goblin what the price is.
Oh, it's a measly gold piece per person. I'm sure such people as yourselves could spare that much for some poor goblins. Just trying to make their way, you understand.
So I feel
Like
like the
to
inflation in
intimidate
the Underdark is atrocious.
Holy shit.
How much was that again?
It was 1 gold piece. Oh, okay. Oh, sir, why must you snarl at me so? What would be a more reasonable price for you, good sir? Very, very scary, sir. Please don't snarl at me more.
I look back at the others questioningly.
There's how many?
I'd pull out an abacus and just start going through.
There's
Given what seems to
13
be
of us
inflation.
total.
Yes, 10 silver a person. Great idea.
I would say 8 silver.
I'll pull out 13 of us, right?
Yeah,
I'll pull out-
the NPCs should be able to pay for themselves.
Okay, so for the 5 of us, I'll give them 2 gold pieces. This should cover. I'll collect back from y'all later.
Sir, for the 5 of you, are you? No, we need to eat.
At that, I'll roll some mushrooms forward that I collected. With I'm trying not to make any noise while I do it. I just want the mushrooms to roll forward, almost of their own accord. But now he can't complain about food.
This out? Where did you find? Oh, okay. Just here. We'll take you. We'll get you across to where are you trying to go exactly?
Either
Gracklestug.
Gracklestug or Neverlight Grove, whichever's closer.
Well, they're both roughly the same direction from here.
Never
So-
let Grove, please.
We'll get you on your way. It's both the same exit from here.
Okay.
Alrighty. The two goblins turn towards the paths. Spiderbait, the larger goblin, comes towards you with a large jar of grease and starts applying it to his own feet, and then hands it to you hands it to whoever's closest after he's done.
Probably me. I will grease up my hooves.
Grease, go fast. He's not going to grease you up yourself. You're going to have to do it for you. Do you all grease up?
Somebody smirched herself while she's doing it because she's trained like this sometimes.
Yeah.
She does have the grease spell. Dexterity, man, dexterity.
Alright, everybody greased up. Everybody ready to go sliding along the silken paths?
Oh my god, is this like that cutscene from Final Fantasy X where they're like on the wires and they just like jump around?
I have never played Final Fantasy X, but there probably will be some jumping. But yeah, actually, it will probably be kind of what you're thinking of. Yik Yuk, after having greased his own feet, turns towards all of you and says, "Well, follow me, brave people," and steps onto the web and starts sliding away from you.
I will follow him.
No time like say present.
My ability.
We
Grabs her staff, uses it, balance, and jumps off.
Alright. Everybody who's sliding, make an acrobatics check for me real quick.
This can't possibly go badly.
No, I'm not bad at this at all. Oh, yeah, I'm really not bad at this.
Okay. Ned and Zerb, you both, you slip and fall right out of the gate. And make a dex save for me, please.
Whew.
would this count as something I can see?
Oh,
It would count as something you can see, but you nail it anyways. So you manage to catch yourself onto the sticky webs using your non-greased up hands. Zerb, you attempt to grab onto them, but you manage to slide off the spider webs and onto a lower level of webs.
Aw.
I have a rope. Ah,
You do.
of course I do. How kind
Yes,
of
of
adventure
course.
do you
What
think
am
we
I
are?
thinking? Yeah, he's about 10 feet down, so go ahead and pull him up.
Do I need to make like an athletics check or something to do that? Or can I just be pulled up?
Not right now. Make a no athletics check. Make a perception check for me real quick, though.
I'm sure there's nothing around.
You might be surprised. You won't be surprised with your 19, though. You feel, as you're extricating yourself from the web, light sort of taps on it that aren't coming from you.
Behind me, in front of me, which side?
You can't really tell which direction.
Alright, I spaz the fuck out and cast Sacred Flame.
Oh boy.
Definitely
All
need a
right.
target.
For the first time ever, the people hear me speak, and it's an annoyingly high-pitched, nasally kind of voice, which it's just like the quickest of chants, and all of a sudden, radiant / fire. I can't remember
It's
which one it
radiant.
does. It is radiant. A little bit of blinding light comes out and starts searing the web to my left.
The web begins to burn and cause another hole in it. Are you holding on to the rope while you light this web on fire?
Fuck yes, get me out of here.
All right. The web falls away underneath you as you are pulled back up.
We need to go. I'm not a fan of this.
So, you all are going to proceed further on along the silken paths. For a few hours, nothing particularly unusual comes for a while, but could everybody please roll perception checks for me, all around?
We're pretty good at this.
All right, everybody with a perception check above 11 notices a line of drow traversing one of the webs above you, including one with very bright and downright flamboyant red robes. They're followed by a line of Quagoth as well.
Do they appear to have noticed us?
Not yet. That may change as you're still a decent way away from them.
Yeah.
I don't choose to openly attack, and at the same time, I don't wanna die. Can we move faster?
Yes.
Try and check them for anything that looks familiar to me.
Do I
Um,
recognize the robes at all? Does that mean anything to me?
They're bright red. They look very, very wizardy, which is the most important thing about any robe, really. But besides that, no. There is nothing in particular about the robes that sticks out to you. Unfortunately, they also notice you as you are going by, just as Ned is flipping them the bird, actually.
Of course.
And the mage, who is so flamboyantly red in his robes, shouts something in Elvish or in Undercommon actually, to the Quagoths.
What did they say? What did they say? I know
Yeah, pretty
Undercommon.
Kill the slaves!
That sounds about right.
He
As soon as they do that,
Quagoth.
firebolt underneath their web.
Alright, well, coincidentally, he is also firebolting at you. One second while I change maps.
Yes.
What did you guys do? Yeah, we're just
He's gonna do it to us, might as well do it to them.
Just
Pretty
walking
sure that
along
was
this
gonna
web,
happen.
and then all of a
Not
sudden
us.
you start shooting fire at people that I don't even see. Like, what's...
Well, then you'll be able to see soon enough because there'll be fire and stuff.
Yeah, once the fireball from them comes, you'll see.
All right, where are we starting?
You'll be starting in the bottom left corner.
So on this web.
There-ish, where I just pinged.
Okay. I need a better token. Point.
All right. So,
I take we all roll initiative now.
yes, roll initiative. Important note, because I don't know how to make three-dimensional spiderweb maps, and to be honest, I'd be rather frightened if I did. But the entire red circled part is 10 feet above where you are right now.
Is the background where I landed previously below us?
No. Though there is another layer of web below you, the background is just generic spider webs to show that you guys can move around.
Okay.
I'm still missing 2 initiatives.
Yeah, 1 second.
Sills, yours didn't go on. 1 sec.